Plug it in. All right. Get that charger going, boy. Get that charger going, boy. All right, there comes Marty. Marty, do this thing. Okay. All right, hello. It is Pick Central. I am Brandon Walker. It is our daily gambling show Friday. Fun Family Friday. Football Friday. All the Fs. We do all the Fs on Friday. We fuck sometimes. We fight sometimes. It's Friday.
Just
Hi.
Say it.
What?
I'm the best preseason gambler. Just say it.
Like, you were technically right. You had no idea who the quarterbacks actually were.
Danucci played.
Danucci played, but
Yeah.
Josh Dobbs.
Josh
You
Dobbs.
mentioned all the Steelers quarterbacks except Josh Dobbs.
I didn't know he was going to get some time tonight, but I'm right. I'm a good. If I did that much research during the year, I feel like I'd be almost better.
Yeah, you definitely would be better if you did more research.
I feel like,
it wasn't really research. You just kind of they got these quarterbacks and they got these quarterbacks.
Yeah,
that's research.
you picked a team.
Well, I mean, you didn't have to look that up.
But that's it. Oh, I did. I didn't. You knew Dobbs was coming in.
I knew he was on the Steelers.
I knew he was there, but that was an awful game.
Here's the thing.
They're always like that.
I told you this on Walk the Line, but I always have regret after that first preseason game because it's under. It's under. It was 34 last night. By the time it kicked off, it's 31.5. Should be under. It's an easy under bet. They don't care. They're not there to score points. Under. I didn't do it. I just
Scoring
did the Steelers. I won on the Steelers, but
For the first half under theory might be in play here even more too, Brandon.
Had the conversation
last
probably
night.
for like 20 minutes being like, it's 34. And like obviously our dumb brains like, well, yeah, take the over.
When I said under straight.
No, you did.
When we
No,
brought it,
no.
I was like,
Our dumb
it's
brains
one of those
are-
things where unless you get some freak plays like some scoop and scores or
Right.
a bad pick six or something, the quarterback play is just so bad. I mean, in the NFL, that's where the points come from.
It's
Well, in
always
the
a weird score too.
And it's not like you said, it's at the end of the game. They're not going to be like rushing to get this score. It doesn't matter. They're
But
just
in the
gonna be
preseason-
chewing clock.
maybe not in week one. Week one, I think, in the preseason is an excellent underplay for all of them, especially the Hall of Fame game. But I feel like in the preseason, totals are tricky because you're getting the fourth quarter and you're down to the fifth and sixth string, but you got guys killing themselves to try to make a roster. You just never know who's going to break through and make a play. So they get tricky as you go along. But first week, especially Hall of Fame game, I think under should have been an easy slam dunk play.
Also, it was 34. By the time kickoff, it got bet all the way down to 31.
Yeah, it was 31.5 when I saw it.
I saw 31.
I saw 31
right before it went off, and I was like, "Oh
It's
God."
funny where it's like in basketball.
And it never got close.
No, not at all.
No,
Never.
0. I mean 3-0 at the
At
half.
the beginning, they did move the ball quite a bit and just got no points out of it. Like they could have had a quick almost 21.
The kicking game did not help.
Oh
on
my
either
God!
side.
Some of those
Awful.
kicks were the worst kicks you've ever seen.
But it's funny where it's like basketball, like when you put in the scrubs, they
Right.
always they usually are trying hard.
Chucking shots. yeah.
Chucking shots. Like when you put in the scrubs in football, it is something.
Oh, it's
like, it is like you're like, fuck,
Well,
we
'cause
got
also,
nothing.
The defense wins when it's ugly like that.
Yeah, because the offense has no continuity. They've barely run any
Like
plays
defense
together.
is easy. You just play the vanilla-based defense and you just go hit somebody.
You'll never get like a 28-21 game in the preseason.
Well, in football, when the scrubs get in, they're also just trying to survive.
Survive.
Yeah,
is
football,
true.
you have
Yeah.
to make sure you don't die at times. Basketball, I think you're probably going to
You're
live to the end of the
okay.
game. But yeah, it was just fun to see. Like Twitter, I think Dan tweeted it out last night. Just get used to the colors on the screen.
Yeah.
Get used to where the score bugs are. Get used to having it back. Get used to the sights and the sounds. That's all it was. Preseason game for us too.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a preseason game for the fans as well. What is this like? All right, we're back. Twitter was nice to see yesterday too.
I'm wondering, am I like a bad American that like
Yes.
I care? Well, that's true, yeah. But like I would rather I care so much more about watching third stringers out there in preseason than the Olympics. I feel like I'm like a bad person.
I feel you. I know where
I
you're coming
agree with
from. I prefer the Olympics. I like the Olympics. It's about to end. In fact, I have a big Olympic play today. But I see where you're coming from, and football runs this country as far as sports go. So NFL football is far and away the biggest deal in this country, and yeah, there's a lot of people that would rather see third stringers from the Steelers and the Cowboys.
I mean,
go
I'm
at it.
admitting it. I don't.
But
know.
even like
for
USA
sure would.
basketball, like they're in a gold medal game. It's like no one cares. I feel like.
This Olympics being the COVID games and all that, I feel like if there were crowds, if there were all that, there would be more drama. There would be like U.S. lost to this team. They lost to France 2 weeks ago, and so there would be. I think this would be a huge event if there were crowds. If this had life, it's just kind of another thing. Now it's at 10:30 on a Friday night, which is perfect for me. I'm just going to lay on the couch and watch it. It'd be great.
Winter better?
I like the Summer Olympics better.
What do you guys think?
I probably like the summer better also.
I love.
I
I'm
like
more
the
interested.
winter.
I'm more interested in the summer sports than I am the winter.
Well,
like the
the winter-
skiing and all that. I'm not as into.
I like the snowboarding.
Well, no, when they do the one where it's like the big like back and forth like that,
The big,
That one is
like
half
the
pipe.
Shaun
The
White
pipe,
half
yeah.
pipe is
like
awesome.
those are awesome. Like there's definitely winter events that I like, but I think the overall summer's awesome.
But I just love the week that you get of swimming and diving, and diving. Watching diving on TV is incredible. You would never watch it outside the
True.
Olympics. I think the Summer Olympics just has sports that you watch every 4 years, and you feel comfortable watching them, and you never watch them any other time. Winter, I never really get into it. I don't know. I'm not a hockey guy. I'm not a North guy, so I haven't seen a lot of snow and ice.
I like the hockey games too.
Well, now I would say, as far as Olympic, emotion and spirit and all that, I think the Olympic hockey probably outweighs Olympic basketball.
Well,
For
that's
sure.
what I was gonna say, because I think I get excited to watch Olympic hockey that we usually don't win it, so it's like you kind of get behind them. Whereas with basketball, I like basketball as a sport way more than hockey, but with this team with the USA, it's just like it's not like this big exciting moment if they win. It's just devastating if they lose.
Yeah.
The NHL,
Like the bar is just set so high. Like it's literally like Frank watching the Mets. Like you win, it's just a sigh of relief.
haven't the
And if they lose, it's the worst thing.
hockey, like the NHL players haven't been playing, right? Like it's been just like normal people.
No, they've been playing, haven't they? Well, I don't
'Cause I
know about
remember
the
the
last.
Lesnar-
I really
Wasn't the one
legitimately
that
don't watch
when
these.
Oshie
whenever.
took like $1 million of the
Yeah, that
whatever
was
in
a
a row.
while. I don't know. I think we're just all talking out of our ass 'cause we don't really know.
Yeah.
Well, I think one.
I just
Pretty
remember the
much
one that
standard.
Oshie took like $1 million of the whatever like the shootout penalties and hit like 5 of them in a row. They just let the same guy keep going. He just kept scoring.
I think one thing that might hurt the basketball is just we're at the end of the the long NBA season and college, and it's been
Went
going
right
on
into
forever, and so people are kind of burned out.
Luis Andres Rohel has a good point. Summer is better. Summer Olympics are better because of the lull in sports seasons. Winter is in the middle of a bunch of other sports.
Good point. That's true.
Fair.
Winter's in the middle of college basketball. Winter's in the middle of pro basketball. It's in the middle of all that, whereas summer's just out here in a hole.
Helping us out.
Yeah. That's exactly why I like Summer Olympics more, because
Kills the dog days.
yeah, I don't like the grind of baseball. I don't like August baseball. I don't like, the 162 game baseball season, but I will watch the Olympics. Fantastic. When does football season start? I'm not asking when week 1 is. I'm not asking when week 1 of college football is. I'm asking you when, as a gambler or as a human being, it's football season.
I mean, I kind of think it is now.
Now
already.
that we've had one
Yeah,
NFL
August
game, it's
1.
football
oh,
season?
No,
August,
I don't think so.
See, I
don't think so either.
Okay, well, I feel like August. The years that I've actually done good gambling, it's all about prepping in August. I mean, literally.
No, I do the prep in August too.
Yeah,
but I
it's
feel
all
like
about that.
I think I need the college camps to kick off a little bit. I need a little bit of drama in college football. I need all the NFL preseason teams. Maybe when Hard Knocks debuts the first time, that's a good one.
Weirdly enough, I don't even think like college football starts week 0.
I think it.
That's a good point, Marty.
No, that feels like preseason. It does
Yeah,
feel like
that
preseason.
is-
It does. I get what you're saying.
disagree.
But
I feel like week 0 is what gets me. Once we see like a real game,
No, but
I'm
it
like, all
gets
right,
you.
it's football season.
It gets you.
But it's
like, I
there,
don't think
though.
it starts. Like
But
I think
there's.
it's.
I think now on week 0, there's enough games where you're ready. You're like, all right, like you realize the next Saturday is going to be an entire slate.
so what week 0 is? It's the pregame at the apartment, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's the
no,
pregame
for
at the
sure.
apartment. Come over. You got some friends. You're having some drinks, and then you fucking go out.
It
Yeah.
smacks you in the face. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, we're here.
Yeah, but it's always. I wish week 0. I guess it's sized right, but a couple of years ago it was Miami and Florida, right? And that was very good. This year UCLA and Hawaii and Illinois, Nebraska. I don't know if anything week 0's got is better than those two games. This year it limps in a little bit more, but I feel like if they maybe 20 games week 0, I don't know. Then you get a little wonky.
Well, I think also week 1 probably really is just. I think once it's you get college and NFL the same week.
Week 1.
That's your.
But I like that. I like that college football does their own the Labor Day though alone.
Well, that means you get 2 beginnings to football. Like week 1 of college football, week 1 Saturday, the Saturday before Labor Day, is my favorite day of the year. Period. That is my favorite day. That's when you wake up at 11, football smacks you in the face all day, and you fall asleep to Hawaii and Fresno State. That is the best. Then you have a Sunday night college football game that weekend, and you watch it. You bet on it. Then you have that Labor Day weekend. This year it's Ole Miss and Louisville. And then you go next week, you get a second week, and here comes the NFL. I think it's paced perfectly. But
my only argument, college football is idiotic for not embracing that Labor Day Sunday afternoon better. Put some of the Saturday games, have a triple header all day Sunday. You've got a wide open NFL Sunday. People are craving football. They have like one game Sunday night. They're missing this just huge window that should be anyway. It's stupid.
The only thing I would counter with that is I feel like people take their last summer Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Labor Day. I feel like people take that last Sunday relaxing or vacation or something.
In the South, they dove hunt.
They dove hunt. Exactly.
It's the last day of the Jersey Shore.
It's the last day of the Jersey Shore?
That's like the closing. Like that Sunday's like the last big night.
Okay. All right. I might sneak to the Jersey Shore next week. My 5-year-old son walked up to me yesterday, said nothing but this. He walked up to me and said, beach.
Love it.
Just not even like, hey, Dad, we ever go?
Didn't say a sentence. He looked at me dead in the eyes and said, beach. I'm like, all right, I guess we'll go to the beach.
Love it.
Guess we'll get this kid to the beach.
Do you think August is one of the best months?
I think
it gets you. You still have the summer, but you also have that exciting.
I think it's the absolute worst month.
Really?
Because I have a different perspective than you guys. August in Mississippi is a different heat.
Yeah, it's horrible.
June, July is the summer. August is kill you heat. Yeah. That's the heat.
It's suffocating.
It's suffocating. It's terrible. Plus, August. I think August is a transition month. August is like an escalator. It gets you from the summer to football season. But you don't remember your time on an escalator.
No, but I'm saying with August, it's like it gets a bad rap because it's usually you still have the summer in your palm of your hands.
Yeah.
But you also got football at your tips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's right. It kind of gets you.
But
excited.
here's the problem. September, elite month. July, elite month.
July elite?
4th of July, dead of summer. Everything's hopeful. The weather's great.
You're just happy in July.
You're happy in July. Happy in July. September, the world's opening up. August just sitting there in the middle. August is a turnstile.
To me,
I don't like October.
I was gonna say no.
October.
April and October are the best two to me, and it's not even close. Like the heart of spring, the heart of fall.
Phenomenal. Especially with global warming, it's still pretty nice out in October.
Do you not like Halloween, Marty?
The weather's great.
I hate.
Yeah, October's great weather.
Stand Halloween.
I agree with that take. I don't like Halloween either.
Vincey's a big Halloween guy.
Just relax.
That's my least favorite.
Hold on, go on a pro Halloween rant.
I mean, you got to come to New Orleans with me for Halloween, man. We're gonna change that. Nolaween.
I'm just not a big. I don't like.
You don't like dressing up in costumes?
I hate having to dress up. I really do.
I don't think it's even about the dress up. It's just a lot of parties. It's a lot of buzz around it. Like that last week of the month, people are just celebrating Halloween for like a week straight.
All right, this is stupid, but let's do it. Let's just rank the months here, okay?
Can I say something real fast?
Yeah.
I have a family party this weekend.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Family fun. We're doing a little something family fun joke. We're having a theme party.
Yeah.
But I told every single group of like my cousins and family a different theme.
Oh.
They have fuck.
Oh, at least you're not saying it on national YouTube
but
right now.
I mean, it's Sunday, but
they're definitely not watching.
We even hired a barbecuer. His name's George Washington. He's bringing all the meats and cooking everything. And I just told everyone. I told my brother, fuck, he listens to this shit. Whatever.
It's funny, huh?
Superhero. I told someone else to be a fucking tourist. I think that's family fun.
I think that is. You just ruined the whole thing. But
ruined the entire thing.
Yeah.
George Washington.
But yeah,
cooking, being the barbecue is fun. What a funny name for that.
I love the fact that he called him.
Washington.
I love the fact that you called him a barbecuer.
That's what he is.
Pitmaster.
I don't.
That's what you could say for barbecue.
Grill master,
pitmaster.
But I didn't know you hire people for that.
Oh, you can hire people for anything. Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Barbecuing's a very scary job.
I go October 1. April 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm on the same Brandon. We agree on this. I'm October.
My birthday, Masters,
Final Four,
WrestleMania for me,
springtime,
and I would put March number 3 with March Madness. Those are my top 3: October, April, March. Those are my 3 best. Man. October, the weather is perfect.
I'm a November guy.
After 3 months of heat, just that easing into 70-degree weather and sunny. The leaves are changing. Everything's beautiful. Football is. The first month of football is what it is. It's good. It's football. But October is when shit really goes down.
And the weather gets a little crisper too.
Yeah.
I think February is the worst.
Oh yeah.
You don't like Black History Month.
that had zero to do with it, but okay. I was saying more that it's freezing cold and football's like over, and it's just kind of a
No, I agree. February sucks.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's so crazy. We literally gave him the shortest month.
Yeah, it's
Well,
fucked up.
me and you, we didn't have anything to do with the
But
decision.
I'm just saying, just America.
Right.
No, February is pretty bad. March is my second or third. November, I'm a big November guy.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when you're inside of March, it feels like the best, right? When you get in that tournament.
Yeah, no, it gets me tingling, to be honest.
November's always all the big college football. There, the old saying they remember in November.
Yeah, college basketball starts, and it's just the best.
You know what's really
I like
nice, boys?
Thanksgiving.
You know what's really nice? Just sitting around talking with the boys. Not a lot of drama.
To be honest, this has been a great show.
Not a lot of drama.
Lovely show.
Calm before the storm.
People aren't yelling at each other. You know,
I need to say that again. I'm not going to be here Monday, not because he's here. I need that out there. I would be here, but I'm going to call in.
And then Big Ev, you'll be here.
I will be here.
I'll be here.
I'll be here as well.
Ben Mintz will be here, and Jeff Nadeau will be here. So we'll get to the bottom of all that. But today we're just four dudes chilling, talking sports, enjoying each other's company. Maybe that's a little far, but we're talking sports. Whatever you guys want to talk about, you can do it. Yes.
I want to mention shout out to Stevenson, Barstool athlete, winning the gold.
Gable
last night.
Stevenson,
Yes, Gable Stevenson.
the wrestler.
Big Ev showed me the
I
flip.
need to. That backflip. I mean, what he did to pull off the buzzer beater win was unbelievable.
Can we put that there?
That backflip.
No, I don't think you can.
Olympics will destroy us instantly.
Yes.
That backflip
Oh.
was the most stunning thing I've ever seen from a man that size. It's not just the fact that he did a backflip. He was floating. There was genuine bounce in this backflip.
Wait, you can't put it like Twitter?
Olympics are really, really strict.
We showed
on odds.
a reaction clip of some swimmers' family cheering them on the other day.
Yeah.
Our Facebook live stream was down in 90 seconds.
Seriously?
Yeah, they don't mess around.
That's so stupid.
Didn't
Yeah.
show anything.
They don't want you to be able
They
to see
hate-
things happen at the Olympics. Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, exactly.
There's
They
a
don't, they don't want the world to see what
There's
happened.
a Twitch streamer that's going to sue them, then try and like change that law.
Wasn't it on the back? It was on like the background or something? Like when he was streaming?
He was like reacting to it on stream, and
Okay.
he got like his channel taken down. He's going to sue. Probably lose, but
Gable Stevenson, though. So this shows how ignorant I am of some sports. I didn't know you could have a buzzer beater in wrestling.
No.
No.
What an incredible buzzer beater that was! Like he's down 4, I think. He gets a
Down
2-point
3.
move. Yeah, he was down
Gets
3. You're
2
right.
and then
Yeah.
2.
He gets 2 with about 10 seconds left. Then they have a little stalemate, I guess.
So
So
basically, he was just chasing him for the point, and the guy was just trying to last, and he just got it in right.
the announcer, though, he was like telling him what to do. He's like, "Do this, go for it, get it," and he got it. It was
That's
Because
pretty
he
cool.
was
electric.
just chasing him in the circle. I don't really know scoring that well. I just saw he just got him to his knee. It was like
yeah, it's a
he
takedown is 2 points and an escape is 1 point.
He like got him
wrestling.
to the knee, and literally like it was like bang bang, like knee on the ground, buzzer.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was electric. And Barstool Athlete, now we got T-shirts on sale.
Yeah.
I understand.
Awesome.
80% of all profits go to the Barstool Athletes.
I swear to God, we just win. How does that guy be our Barstool athlete? and
He was
just
one of
win
the first
gold?
ones.
It's crazy.
Yeah, well, we're huge in the wrestling community, you know.
We
You
are.
know,
Kyle
And-
Bauer has a big reach.
So apparently he's the next move for him. They claim is potentially WWE.
Oh, his brother's already there. He has a brother that's in the Performance Center. I think he's already, I don't know if he's signed with him, but he is already headed that direction.
I'm jealous because
I would
I
love
think he'd be a phenomenal MMA fighter. But
You think so?
I would love.
I think him.
What if
chasing
Kurt
the money-
Angle could mentor him with the Olympic hero thing? That would
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
You
they-
stable them, and Brock Lesnar also college wrestling champion.
They also have they have another mini Brock Lesnar who's a wrestler too. I don't know his name, but he looks just like him. Who's in the system as well. So they'll have several coming up very, very, very soon. All right, let's put the number on the screen. Although I don't think it's been a secret because this call board is full.
Do you happen to have the records, TJ?
I have them in front of me.
Marty had a good night.
Yeah, I would
You
like
can tell.
to hear them.
I think
Oh,
Marty's in
stumped.
first.
All right, go ahead.
Marty's 11-6. Rico's 13-7. Ben's 12-10. Big Ev's 8-10. Brandon Walker's 7-7. Smitty's 8-9. Megan McMoney's 5-8-1.
Oh, that's tough.
I mean, it's when you have a good night.
I mean, I'm rooting
gambling,
for her. She's a woman.
You don't even need to tweet. It's just the best night ever. Like when you just have that little good run, like the Yankees 1.5 win
They hit a
5-3.
3-run
Oh,
homer.
last
Yeah,
night I
that's
got
like-
last night I had the Phillies and they were down 6-3 in the ninth and hit 2-2-run doubles in the ninth to beat the Nats 7-6, and then that Braves Cardinals, the Braves were down 2 in the eighth. I don't know if I was watching a Little League game.
Yeah.
The Cardinals walked 4 guys with the bases loaded. They had 6 walks and a hit batsman in 1 inning.
That's just impressive.
I mean, I was watching it. I was like, what am I even watching? So 4-0, but lucky.
All right, let
Honestly,
me.
What would you do if you didn't gamble, like at night?
I think about it all the time.
I would probably be like a scientist or something. I would probably
you
be.
think so? You think it'd be better?
I'd be very. I'd look into ways to save money or something. I'd be a millionaire. I'd be.
Oh yeah, I'd be rich and probably shredded.
Yeah, shredded. I'd probably solve.
I definitely think
hunger?
I'd go to gym. Go to the gym.
Yeah, you'd go to the gym.
I think
What
I
would
would.
we really do?
Seriously, I don't know.
I mean, I think I'd just like sit around
I'd probably
scrolling YouTube,
Sit
watching
around
video.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah, watching food,
I'd-
watching food shows or watching.
I'd binge a lot more Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd probably watch the WWE Network a lot more.
It feels better now because it's like our job technically. Like before, it's like I was just doing that no matter
Yeah.
what, and it's like that was the best days. It's still the best. I don't know what I'd do with myself.
I just can't wait
But
till
we have been just getting by. He's about to say it, but we've just been getting by with these baseball days and these Saturdays. It's coming.
I
That
just
day's
can't wait.
coming.
The train
I
is
just had
coming,
the thought,
boys.
I thought of this a few days ago, just having like that Saturday where you look at your phone and you're like, oh my god, like it's 7. I haven't gotten up off the couch in 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
And it's just like you just have that weird like you don't have like swamp ass, but you have that like couch ass, like you've just been glued there all day long.
And it's
You just feel gross, but then you realize it's 7. You're like, I still got prime time starting right
Georgia
now.
Clemson hadn't even
then
started yet.
And then I got Pac-12 at 10, and then I got Hawaii at midnight. Like I'm gonna be here another 7 hours.
let me
another
paint you a
day.
picture.
I'm not getting up.
Let me paint
and then
you a
I got
picture.
and then I got NFL the next. I'm gonna do it all over
It's
again.
2:00 on the first Saturday. It's 2:00. You've got 5 bets in on the 11:00 games. It's 2:00 and
12.
it's 12:00. I'm on Central Time forever. It's the best time zone. It's 12:00. No,
Exactly.
it's
I think
3:00.
it's
It
Okay.
probably is.
It's best time. So.
And you've got 5 bets on the early games, and you're winning. Everything's lining up. And then you look at your phone. You got the 3:30 games coming up. You just start putting in bets. Ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
and you time your food order perfectly. Oh man, I'm excited. I can't
Okay,
wait.
Chills.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of chat boys that just won't stop being big bitches. Ev, you got UFC picks?
So I do. I'm gonna have a parlay in the sports book. It's a weird main event. It's a massive favorite. Cyril Gani's undefeated. He's pretty much like. I don't think the UFC heavyweights have never ever seen an athlete like he is. Like he literally almost plays like a Floyd Mayweather game as a heavyweight. Like he's just an absolute freak of nature. Versus Derek Lewis, it's pretty much going to be knockout or bust with him.
Yeah.
I don't hate taking the shot at Lewis. Like I think by knockout he's plus like 430. But Cyril Gans, he's minus 400 for a reason.
Wow.
Minus
UFC, you don't
400 in
see
the
that
main
big
event?
And UFC,
He's only 9-0.
Yeah.
Like he's 9-0. But he's just an absolute a freak of an athlete. No, we've never seen an athlete like him as a heavyweight.
So what's below that on the card? Is there something? There's got to be something
So,
to make me tune in.
Aldo Munoz is a pick'em the fight before. That's a great fight. Chiesa Vicente Luque. I'll give you this one. I like Vicente Luque. That's probably my favorite one. I think he's minus 120. I'm gonna have a parlay. It's probably gonna include Rafael Fiziev. Probably I forget the other guy I was thinking of. I'll definitely be tweeting about it and posting it. But
Okay, all right.
I'm very excited.
All right, let's get some calls. Let's see what people want to talk about. Hit me an ad, Ben Mintz.
All right, paint your life. Get a professional hand-painted portrait created from any photo at a truly affordable price. Choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. User-friendly platform lets you order a custom-made hand-painted portrait in less than 5 minutes. It's a quick and easy process, and you can get a hand-painted portrait in about 3 weeks total. Send any picture. It could be yourself, children, family, a special place, or even a cherished pet. Or combine all your photos into one painting. It makes the perfect birthday, anniversary, or wedding gift. At paintyourlife.com, there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off and free shipping. To get this special offer, text the word Central to 64,000. That's Central to 64,000. Text Central to 64,000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most.
You know, one of the things we haven't talked about really much, and I think Dave was quoted in an article as saying this, but August is going to be especially exciting for us, the Barstool Sportsbook, because I believe we're about to double the footprint of the Barstool Sportsbook app. I believe
Crazy.
by the end of August, we're in 4 states right now. By the end of August, we could be in 8.
I think it's 9. I thought.
No, it could be 8 or 9, and then by the end of the year, it's 10.
Yeah,
So
this
insane.
month, it's New Jersey, Virginia, Colorado. What else?
Tennessee.
yeah, so
And then Arizona's September, supposedly.
So look at that. So we are coming. Colorado, New Jersey, Tennessee, Virginia, Arizona. We are coming.
Jersey's huge.
This company, I mean, like you look at like these are the dog days of summer. Freaking announcing the bowl game, buying the Score app. I mean, this is a train. This does not stop.
Me wearing this
You're
T-shirt.
a gambler, you know the Score app too. Like everyone,
for sure.
That's like the one thing when we bought that, everyone's like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Like that's like a legit app because that's gonna help us a shit ton.
Now they have the cleanest layout out of all those. They have definitely probably the fastest updates too in terms of like actually giving you the scores. Like if you're like watching the GameCast.
Yep.
All right, let's get a couple calls. What do y'all want to do? We'll just whatever people want to talk about. I don't care. I'll take. A lot of people want to talk college football because that's kind of what we do here. I'll do that right now. Let's go with Rhett in Texas. Go ahead, Rhett.
What's up, guys? I got a over/under that I like. It's Texas A&M over 9.5. Let me start by saying I promise I'm not a homer. I'm actually a Gator fan.
Okay.
It's 9.5. I mean, their non-conference schedule is kind of a joke this year. The East, they only have to play Missouri, who can be tricky a little bit, but other than that, just South Carolina. So, I mean, Alabama's the only real clear loss on their schedule. LSU, Auburn, Missouri can maybe be a little tricky, but they just get two of those. What was that?
Let me stop you there. I in no way, shape, or form believe Alabama is a clear loss for A&M this year.
I agree. We and Brandon both looked at each other right away. I was like, I don't think it's a clear loss.
I think listen. Would Alabama be favored if they play today? Yes. Do you as a gambler have to say it's Alabama? Yes.
Yep.
But A&M, their defensive line is going to be nasty. Their defense is going to be nasty. They got two of the best running backs in the SEC. If Haynes King, the quarterback, is anything, he just has to be as good as Kellen Mond, which I don't think is very hard. They're going to have Alabama at home. I don't think that's a clear loss. I don't think there's a clear loss on their schedule. But go ahead. You were talking well about Texas A&M. I just wanted to interject that. Keep going.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was going to mention too. They do get Alabama at home, which is even better for that. But I mean, I just don't think there's they have a lot of chances for maybe a hiccup, but they have two chances to lose there. And I think they can pull out the over 9.5.
Thank you very much. That's a great call. I want to make one point about A&M because they're you're looking like you want to say something.
Go ahead.
I want to make one point about A&M because they're one of those programs and teams that haven't really gotten to that next level yet, right? Mm-hmm. And they've gotten close at times. They always lose the game. Kevin Sumlin would always start 6-0, and then he'd end up 7-5. So they haven't gotten to that level. So sports fans and gamblers like to say, oh, it's Texas A&M. They can't beat Alabama. Oh, they can't get to that level. Oh, they can't win a national championship because it's A&M. I always like to use the example of Clemson. How long was Clemsoning a thing before Clemson broke through? Because Clemsoning was a joke. Clemsoning was getting to the edge and failing spectacularly. They were getting all the way and not quite. Now they're there. Now they broke through. And that's Clemson. A&M has more resources. A&M's in a better football state. A&M can do everything Clemson did. So when these teams, when you say, oh, A&M could never beat Alabama, yeah, they could. They absolutely could. I love A&M over 9.5 this year. I think they're a national title contender.
Well, the thing on A&M, I think people are, because it was the COVID year and they barely didn't make the post, they lost one game last year.
Yeah.
They literally lost they got blown out at Alabama. It was the same exact final score that Bama beat Ohio State by, 52-24. They lost one game.
Yeah.
Total. And they beat North Carolina in the bowl game. I'm looking at their schedule for trip-ups. The schedule is friendly. The hiccup road games are at Missouri, at Ole Miss, and at LSU. I mean, I feel like they'll probably drop one of those. I mean, you never know. Maybe they don't. But those are all kind of – they're a little dicey.
I think the hiccup at Ole Miss, hiccup at Missouri maybe. I think they'll smash LSU.
I don't think you can technically ever be down on Alabama, but I feel like you are this year.
I'm more down than I usually am. I think they're a 10-2 team this year. I don't think they're a 12-0 team, yeah.
They lost. I know they
but
reload,
they
but they lost.
do.
I know,
That's
but they've lost guys like that have been there forever.
They never lose this much.
They've only had
everybody.
They've won Saban's won six there, but I think only two were undefeated.
2009 and last year, the only two undefeated.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean 11. The thing is, people got on me because I said under 11.5 on the Win Total Wednesday blog I released yesterday. People were like, "Oh, you're crazy! Thinking Bama's going to jump back." I said, "Man, I said they were going to lose one game."
Yeah,
I'm not
a
saying
bad season usually.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say they were going to suck.
All right, let's get
so
some
you
calls.
think? What do you think? It's who do you think their two losses are? A&M and who?
Well, I don't.
You're not saying they're going to lose.
I'd say 11-1, 10-2. I just don't think this is an undefeated team. They replace everybody. They had the best receiving core in the country. They lost them all. They had the best running back in the country. They lost him. They had the best offensive line in the country. They lost them all. They had a great quarterback. Lost him. So they're just going to take a step back to where they will be a normal elite team.
They're
and
going to rely on their defense.
not triple elite. Now, they'll get after you defensively. Anderson's great. Their secondary will be better. So we'll see. Plus, I think the unders will come back.
I also think you said this. Bill O'Brien's a huge downgrade from Sarkisian, I think.
I don't think you're going to have the Alabama 55 to 48 games anymore. I think we're back to normal Alabama scores very, very soon. All right, I want to get as many calls as we can, so I'm not going to slow people down and do what I just did, which is take over that one. Let's go with Flats in Massachusetts. Flats, that's your name?
Hey, guys. First time, long time. I just want to talk about the Carolina Panthers win total, 7.5. I think that could easily hit with them playing the NFC East this year. I can see that going 2-2. Same with the AFC East 2-2. And then they play the Texans and Minnesota, so that should be 2 easy wins. Playing the division, Saints took a few steps back, and then playing the Falcons, who are garbage. Obviously, the Bucs are the Bucs, but I really like their chances with the healthy McCaffrey, rising star DJ Moore, and Darnold, who leaving the Jets is the best thing that could have happened to him.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
I like that. Thank you. I don't think you can assume 2-2 against the AFC East, and I don't think you can ever bank on a healthy Christian McCaffrey for 17 games. Can you?
No, you can't. No. But I am excited to watch Darnold.
Yeah,
I want to see him in a different spot.
This win total, you're betting on Sam Darnold.
I think. Okay, that's the thing.
Are you comfortable doing that?
That's if you're taking the over, that's in my eyes, you're just betting on him to be good.
I actually think, and I know we're a big overs club thing with Barstool. I think Carolina may be one of the biggest over teams in the NFL this year because Darnold, they're going to chunk it with Joe Brady. He's going to throw it to his team. He's going to throw it. Darnold's going to throw it to the other team. I think they've got a really young defense. They drafted all defense, the 2020 draft, but they're still young, getting better on that. I think their games could be outscored.
Who was their first round pick? Was it the cornerback out of South Carolina?
Yeah, they took J.C. Horn, Joe Horn's son.
Yeah.
You know what's excited me this preseason? Seeing what Jameis Winston has been like, his stats,
him getting
and
beat up by the bag,
or like, hey, he rolled out and threw across the field.
Yeah,
it's like
Stephen Shays just snapped tweeting at me about it.
All right, there's an argument on the there's an argument on the chat boys right now, and I think it's a stupid argument. When you think of the words USC, which school do you think of?
Southern Cal, not even a thought.
It's absolutely Southern Cal.
I never
think of
Brandon and our SEC guys when we think it's easy.
Yeah,
I remember when I went to Coastal.
Nobody thinks of USC as South Carolina.
When I went to Coastal, there was a bunch of guys from South Carolina there that said that, and I was like, listen, I know you guys are from here. I was like, all the other 49 states, no one thinks the Gamecocks when you think USC.
What do you call them? South Kakalaki? What do they call them?
Yeah, I've heard that, Kakalaki.
Yeah. I don't know. I just call them South Carolina.
The same thing.
No, they get the full name.
There's the same thing with the UT argument with Texas, Tennessee, and everybody just thinks of Texas.
Yeah, I don't think I give either one of those UT. They can both go fuck off.
UT, I could see an argument, but like USC is set in stone.
UT, so I think Texas.
I think Texas too, but
the USC is more
argument.
egregiously in their favor for sure.
Adam in Chicago, go ahead.
Cool. The play is Maryland under 6 wins. Most books have moved it to 5.5, so get on it now. 3 big reasons why I like this. It's not an easy schedule. I count 6 games where there'll be at least a touchdown underdog. Only 2 games where there'll definitely be a big favorite. But they're toss-up conference games. Rutgers, Michigan State, and Illinois all on the road. Second reason, Mike Locksley is arguably the worst coach in the Big Ten. He's 8-43 all-time as a head coach. And in the Athlon preview bag, there's a section where the anonymous coaches talk about different programs. And in Maryland's, the coach blasts Locksley for going over talent. They have no strategy, no structure, no fit, and doesn't like the culture of the program. And then my third thing is I question their talent too. They do have good wideouts. Tua's brother is not nearly as good as him. Last year had 7 TDs, 7 picks. Maryland brings back 0 players who appeared on the Big Ten's first, second, or third team all-conference teams last year. They might have the worst O-line in the Big Ten. They combined 39 starts, which is 120th in the country. When they bring in the new OC, who was at UC and then at Alabama, and he's trying to bring a complex passing system in. And I just don't think they have the talent to really block up front to develop those passing routes. So I think Maryland is not a great team, and once again, the play is Maryland under 6 wins.
All right, thank you very much. I was thoroughly explained, well explained.
That was a great way to say it. He had 3 reasons. He had about 12 reasons.
right.
But they were solid reasons.
They were
They were good reasons.
It was. In fact, I was about to. After he got done, I was going to say, "This is how you should call. You call with your reasons. Bam, hit him.
Didn't even say hello.
He drug on a little too long, but it was still a very good call. And I was actually leaning Maryland over before that call because I like he's recruited at such a high level for Maryland. And the one reason I don't agree with him there, and I do think his overall point was good. when you say Tolly is not as good as Tua, well, you don't have to be as good as Tua to be pretty good quarterback.
Fair.
And last year he had 7-7, COVID year, and he won him a couple games.
That Penn State win was.
He won him a couple games. I think he showed enough potential to where you can't really look at his stats last year. I think Talia is going to be pretty good. Now, are the rest of the recruiting numbers real, or is Loxley a good coach? And he's right. Their schedule's kind of brutal, and they do have those toss-up games on the road.
Even those 3 of the road, like Rutgers is not a cakewalk, especially
Rutgers is
for
not.
them.
I think Illinois probably is, but
Michigan State, they're kind of a team that's.
I think Michigan State's going to be god-awful.
I think they are. They were just so bad last year. It's hard for them to really just see a night and day switch from last year.
I mean, they're a team that D'Antonio left them in such a – they were so consistent at head coach and what they did. Their program knew what they were. But now – then they went out and they hired Mel Tucker at Colorado, who nobody else would have hired.
Yeah.
I just don't see any flash around Michigan State right now.
But them and Stanford have kind of fallen together, and they were both kind of the teams, overachieved every year all the time, and now they're both kind of.
I just remember last year us going there to Michigan State when we had half our team was out in COVID and beat them like 52-0.
Tyler in Texas. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? I'm looking here at the Virginia Tech win total for this year at 7. I think if they get through that first week against UNC, the rest of the schedule kind of sets up to go maybe 8, maybe more. Just curious to your thoughts on that.
I mean, yeah, but what you say is you're saying if they go ahead and win that first week against UNC?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like saying if I go ahead and fuck a supermodel tonight, I'm going to have a good, good sex season. I mean, I think they're just not going to beat North Carolina at home. That's all. I think, and my thing with Virginia Tech is talent-wise, I look at them, they're okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I think they're fine. But Justin Fuente, much like I just said, Mel Tucker has brought no excitement. He's brought negative energy to that program. He's just brought nothing that I thought he would bring from Memphis. And I feel like I don't want to bet an over on a coach who's on the hot seat. Sometimes a coach gets spurred on and pulls it out of the fire, but more often than not, that coach just goes ahead and descends into firing territory. That's my feeling about Virginia Tech. You think that's crazy off?
No, that sounds spot on. I don't disagree.
All right. Good.
My thing.
All right.
Okay, so I think they've lost Virginia Tech. I think they always had that Beamer ball, and Bud Foster was this legendary defensive coordinator, and they had like an identity, and they have an identity crisis now. Their defense cratered. Foster's not there anymore. Then Fuente, I thought it was going to be a good hire. It really hadn't been. He's getting beat. He's doing crappy on the recruiting trail. And when you look at them, they've got UNC week 1. They're at West Virginia week 3. It's one of those things where if they start 1-2 and there's and all this negative mojo with Fuente, it could go bad.
Yeah, very well could.
Who's best quarterback this year?
Sam Howell.
You think it's not even close?
I think it's not even close. I think
You
Sam
don't think
Howell.
Rattler has any
I just don't.
I think Rattler. I don't think Rattler.
He's good, but I think he's going to be good.
Uiagalelei is going to be better than Rattler, I think.
Really?
Uiagalelei, JT Daniels.
I love JT Daniels.
Honestly, the sleeper
Corral,
I'm also
boys.
is Carson Strong. Corral's going to be Carson Strong from Nevada is really good.
You don't think
Malik-
I can't pronounce his name.
I got another one.
Uiagalelei.
DJ Uiagalelei.
You don't think it's like? I mean, we saw him the Notre Dame game.
Yeah.
But you don't think
he could
it's
be
overhyped a little.
No, I don't think he's overhyped. I think Sam Howell is really fucking good.
I do too.
And I think Sam Howell is a classic #1 quarterback in the NFL draft. I just think he's really fucking good. And GJ, as a sophomore, will not be as good as him. Malik Wills at Liberty also, I think, deserves to be in that. And if healthy, De'Ara King certainly deserves to be talked about in that. And I'm sure we're missing a couple of more guys. But
you want to met Corral, I'm sure, Brandon. Of course you will.
Well, you don't listen to me then. You don't listen to my shows. I have said Matt Corral is a sleeper for the Heisman. The problem with Matt Corral is, other than the fact that he could end up in jail at some point, Matt Corral has the prettiest deep ball in college football. He is a wonderful deep ball thrower. He lost his deep threat in Elijah Moore. He lost that, and he lost his tight end and safety net. So he's going with a receiver core that's just going to be pretty good and not great. And as much as he can throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns in a 55-52 win, he can throw you 7 picks and lose you a game.
Yeah, the Arkansas, LSU, and then the Auburn game. He had 3 games where he really.
Yeah. So no, I think Matt Corral is probably the most exciting quarterback in college football because you never know what you're going to get. I would love to have him. I think he's fantastic. But again, he's a lot like Bo Wallace maybe, or maybe Chad Kelly.
Like a heat check kind of.
Yeah. If he's on, he's great. If he's not, you're going to lose.
Why don't you like Rattler?
I Oklahoma fans get mad at me. I just think there's a little bit of difference between Oklahoma hype as a quarterback or what Oklahoma quarterbacks are and then what real good quarterbacks are. Like, you plug a quarterback into Lincoln Riley's system with great receivers, great running backs, and a great offensive line against a conference that just doesn't have the athletes that Oklahoma does. The quarterback's always going to look good. It's been that way for 20 years now. We've had a couple of Oklahoma Heisman winners that just weren't the best quarterback in the country. Jason White, Sam Bradford. I mean, these are guys that weren't the best quarterback in the country. Bradford wasn't as good as Tebow.
No.
Jason White wasn't as good as several players. Eli Manning that year. But because they're in that Oklahoma quarterback system where the environment, the ecosystem is so friendly to them, they pop up. Like Jalen Hurts, he goes from losing his job at Alabama to putting up elite numbers at Oklahoma. He didn't become good. He just went to a better situation. I think Spencer Rattler, last year, they lost a couple games early. He had a bunch of interceptions. He got it going towards the end of the year. I just don't know if he's an elite quarterback.
It tries to force a lot of things.
Yeah, he did. Well, he had a long interception. He had all those turnovers early, but then he had a long no interception streak at the end of the year. The thing with Oklahoma, and this is what Brandon said, and I agree on, I really think their defense has turned a corner. And
it's really good.
Yeah, and they were number 15 in the country last year. I think Alex Grinch could be a big-time head coaching candidate sooner than later. And I think that's what's making them take the step forward. Their offense is always going to score a ton of points. I think the defense is improved.
They could be number one in defense. I still won't think they have a good defense.
I get you.
That's kind of what happened last year.
But here's the thing.
I just won't believe
they could be number one in defense, but if they get to the playoff and give up 50 again, then we know it's a sham. We know it's a sham. Like a couple years ago, they said we're a top 25 defense. We're ready. Joe Burrow had them beat by the middle of the first quarter.
It's 49 points.
He could have thrown 1 million touchdown passes.
Oh, a couple more. They're just naming quarterbacks right now. Keaton Slovis, yeah, he's fine. He's good. Really good quarterback. But I think JT Daniels at plus 900 is a sneaky good pick for the Heisman.
You want to know a guy who I've seen out a bunch of mock drafts?
Who's that?
He's about to play for the team that's on your shorts.
Tyler
Show.
From Oregon. Yeah.
Who he literally that Oregon quarterback situation last year was very strange.
It's weird
because he's a better quarterback than Anthony Brown is.
Yeah,
but they love Anthony Brown.
Yeah.
Even in that bowl game, I remember against Iowa State, they kept switching them back and forth. Then when it was crunch time, really the big downs, they were putting in Anthony Brown. Because I just thought it was so weird that they basically booted him. They want Anthony Brown. And then all of a sudden he's transferred to Texas Tech this year. Hasn't even played. A bunch of mock drafts I've seen. They got him in the first round.
All right, let me swing some callers here right after Ben Mintz reads this.
All right. 5 years ago, Cuts clothing founder Steve Braley set out to create clothes for every occasion the modern man faces. Since then, Cuts has become the Tesla of T-shirts, hoodies, polos, sweatshirts, and more. From their signature buttery soft Pika Pro Tri-Blend tees to their cozy Hyperloop French Terry fabric hoodies, Cuts elevates clothing staples with cutting-edge fabric technology.
You want me to step in?
Cuts is premium with a purpose. Each piece is crafted with custom-engineered fabric and a comfortable fit without compromising on timeless, universally flattering style. This month marks the 5-year anniversary of Cuts. And they're doing it big with 2 collection drops, a product launch, and a week-long special event. Join the celebration and get 15% off site-wide by going to cutsclothing.com/picks. That's cutsclothing.com/picks for 15% off and access to 5-year anniversary events all month long.
All right, this one's for you, Mincy. I don't know what he's going to say, though. Tyler in St. Louis wants to talk about the New Orleans Saints. Go.
Okay.
What's going on, guys? I love the New Orleans Saints over 9 wins this year. Jameis, the most amount of picks he ever had without Bruce Arians was 18 interceptions in a season. So now in Sean Payton's
That's a lot.
offense where he throws, it's one a game. It's not too bad. A lot of quarterbacks have been successful throwing 18 interceptions. But when he's throwing a lot of screen passes and a lot of slants and stuff like that, it's really going to limit his ability to, not see the middle linebacker and throw an interception. I absolutely love them over 9. Like I said, I think that's really the play this year.
He's got 0 interception with LASIK.
I don't know. The Mike Thomas thing concerns me greatly. He's going to be out the first while. He's kind of lost trust in the organization too with the way he handled this whole ankle thing. He could have come in February or March, got this operated on. He showed up in June, and now he's going to be out a while. And behind him, I mean, you're talking about a receiving core. It's like Traquan Smith, Marquez Callaway, Adam Troutman could step up at tight end. He's a second-year guy. He's got upside potential. I think Taysom Hill is going to be all over the offense. And, Kamara's still really good, but, man, I don't know. Winston doesn't have a lot of weapons. I still think the defense will be really good. The D-line will be good.
It's a pretty bad receiving core.
I mean, it's pretty bad. It's the worst receiving core in the NFL.
He threw a lot of picks with Mike Evans.
Yeah. No, it's the worst.
He threw a lot of picks with Mike Evans and Godwin.
It's the worst receiving core in the NFL without Mike Thomas, or most unproven. I mean, I hope the Saints are still pretty good. I think they could be a wild card team, like 9-10 wins, but I think 9 seems about right.
Your best receiver easily is going to be Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, and I worry, he's not, I mean, I love Kamara's talent, but he's not the guy you want to give 25, 30 carries a game to at all.
I will say this. How many did you win last year? 11-5?
12-4.
12-4.
Saints have been 11, 13, 13, and 12 last 4 years.
And Drew Brees was awful. He was awful last year.
Saints are 8-1 the last few years in games Brees has been out.
Yeah. So I think as bad as that receiving core might look, I think having an actual functioning quarterback with a functioning arm at this point, Brees is one of the greatest, but yeah, you're right. It's Jameis Winston.
He's functioning, but we're not sure. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the world to watch because you never know what the fuck's going to happen, but let's give it a rest on the functioning.
All right, I think this is one of your boys. This Tony from West Loop.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, boys. Was unable to get on last Friday. I was deep in the Boston Media Power Ratings model, and that brings us to my actionable bet for today.
What was he doing?
In the Big Ten West, I see the Wisconsin offense with Graham Mertz in his second full season, Jalen Berger and Paul Chryst being able to get the run game back on track. Jim Leonard, at defensive coordinator, is going to be the best defensive coordinator in the Big Ten. They have either the top or the second best linebacking core in the conference. I like Wisconsin to win the Big Ten West. I can say it because you can't shop around. I've seen anywhere between even money to minus 125.
Don't shop
I like
around.
Wisconsin to win the Big Ten West.
No. We're not shopping around. We're not shopping around.
They got the Barstool Sports book in the West Loop, Tony.
Yeah, we know exactly where we're going. The thing I love about Wisconsin is every toss-up game's at home, or every key game for them. Penn State's at home to open the season. Iowa's at home. Everybody they got to play and they got to beat is at home for them to really have a good season. I love them. I do think Wisconsin's headed towards a weird program kind of
Well, Notre Dame.
Yeah,
neutral at least.
Neutral, but I don't
It's not a Big Ten game
to win the Big Ten West. That doesn't matter.
You're right. I'm sorry. I was thinking the win total.
But I think Wisconsin's headed towards a come to Jesus very soon because their defensive coordinator is Jim Leonard, a Badger great, just a beloved man in the state of Wisconsin. Their coach is Paul Chryst. Like, if they're going to go 9-3 every year, 10-2, and if they keep doing that, you can't fire Paul Chryst. You never move on from him. You keep him. But at some point, Jim Leonard's going to be a head coach. Jim Leonard's going to get wooed to go to bigger, better things. And I think Wisconsin fans, if they had their druthers, would sign up Jim Leonard to be their head coach right now.
What's actually interesting is there were a lot of rumors he was going to be the Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator, and he wanted to stay at Wisconsin over it.
It's my brain is so with Barstool, like I just don't like Wisconsin's just with Big Cat, and I just know that they're gonna break his heart at one random game.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they can break his heart because they get to a game like the Big Ten title game or something. They can break his heart because they get to a game, and they can still hit all these bets that we're talking about.
But they always have that one slip up against a shitty team.
Illinois a couple years ago when they were undefeated.
I was on the bus with Big Cat for that game.
Me too.
I was the one who videotaped that video where he went to bed.
That was when we were at Penn State, right?
Yeah, it was.
All right, let's see how many we can get here in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Dan in Pittsburgh, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, boys? I got a quick college football note. One more in the Big Ten, actually. This goes out to Big Ev. I know you guys have talked about the over-under 11 for Ohio State, and I love the over because obviously worst case, you basically get a push. But just a personnel question is on the running backs, and I generally just don't have a clue or didn't do the research. I know Trey Sermon left, and then does Teague still look to be that running back one, or is there any concern there?
I know his name. I know his name, Big Ev. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
It's Travion Henderson, right?
Yes, sir. There's also another guy, Williams, who's came out, who he got some carries last year. He was kind of the number 3 back last year. A short, physical guy. He's looked phenomenal. All the things I've read, he's looked great. I honestly think Teague might find himself in a 2, maybe even kind of like the, not odd man out, but he's definitely going to get some carries early, but I could see as the year goes on, as Travion Henderson's a true freshman, Williams is a second-year guy. I feel like by the end of the season, those are going to be the 2 guys. Teague is just this guy, he's just not exciting. He's a rock solid.
He's a singles hitter. He's Tony Gwynn.
Tony
Gwynn's a Hall of Famer,
but solid running back. He's not a guy with power, and he's got some power, but he's not a power plus the breakaway speed. Where I think Travion Henderson, they're talking about this guy being special, about being the next great Ohio State running back to follow J.K. Dobbins. So I think Henderson and then Marlon Williams are going to be the guys. But Teague's definitely going to be in the mix.
Well, I think we have reached the limit. We have figured out exactly how far I can go with my current bladder situation. It's about 45 minutes. I can get about 45 minutes into a show before I have to leave. Ben, so what you're going to do is you're going to read the third ad.
Okay.
And then you guys are going to launch into picks, and I should be back from my urination trip.
You got it.
Good luck.
This week, it's road course week as NASCAR returns to the iconic Watkins Glen International. This week, drivers turn left and right as they attempt to navigate the twists and turns of the legendary 2.45-mile road course. And the Barstool Sports book is offering exclusive bets for you to get in on all of the action and win big. Stay tuned for our picks and be sure to tune in to go bowling at the Glen this Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC Sports Network. Once again, tune in 3 p.m. Eastern, NBC Sports Network, to go bowling at the Glen, NASCAR at Watkins Glen. Real famous road course. And we're going to get to our picks. Sounds like a few of us had good nights last night. I had a 1-4 Wednesday and then had a 4-0 yesterday, so it's just like a roller coaster. What can you say? Either one of y'all going to go first? Y'all want me to go first?
I'll go first. 'Cause I had a great night. I'm only doing
atrocious.
3 picks today. I'm literally just gonna go with the Yankees -1.5 again. I don't think they're ever gonna lose again. They might not.
How about Joey Gallo having his big moment last night?
That's
we
what you
needed
signed
that.
up for. That in Texas, that's an out. Yankee Stadium, dinger.
We needed
Winner.
that, and I mean, the only thing that's is scary is fucking Wendy's pitching today, and it's a bullpen game, and I'm a little nervous about that. But -1.5, I have for this, just not my picks. Oh, that's Minty. And I got the Mets and I got the Giants today. Giants lost yesterday. Fucking just awful. Just awful for me. That was my one bad loss there. But
Well,
yeah.
they won the game.
Yeah. They won this?
Yeah, they came back and won.
What?
I almost texted you about it because they tied it. They scored 4 in the top of the 9th, and I was like, the run line's got some juice.
Holy shit.
And then of course, they only scored
What are you
1 in the
finding
10th.
out?
The Giants won?
They won the game, but they didn't hit the 1.5.
Holy shit.
I almost texted you. I just kind of assumed you were paying
No,
attention.
I
because
chalked it up.
It was in the afternoon.
Chalked it up. Yeah, I know. That's why I chalked it up. Holy shit.
Yeah, they scored 4 in the 9th. Crazy.
Wow.
All right, where we at?
I'll go. I guess we'll go down the line. Little day game today. I got the Cubs money line. I got Phillies money line against the Mets. I got Orioles money line. It's John Means Day.
Yeah.
And Reds run line against the Pirates. Let's go. Bounce back.
I took advantage of John Means Day.
That Cubs money line. I think that was the White Sox line. I think the Cubs are plus like 145.
Yeah, because Lance Lynn pitching for the White Sox.
First of all, I just one excuse. It's Chick-fil-A Friday for me, so I got this large sweet tea. So I downed that a little bit too quick before the show, so I had to take a urination.
You've
vacation.
peed 3 shows in a row?
Have I 3 shows in a row?
3 shows
I
in
thought
a
it was
row.
just 2 shows in a row.
Nope, 3.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And will you
gotta pee?
Will any of y'all check my prostate?
I'll do it. Is that a finger up the butt?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Good. Well, so we got something to look forward to next week. So I'll go now. I'm going to take advantage of John Means Day a different way. I don't really feel the Orioles money line, but I like John Means to keep them down a little bit. I like Rays Orioles under 10.
Yeah, it seemed high.
Under 10. I got Chicago White Sox. The way I write it, I always want to read College World Series. I write CWS. Chicago White Sox Cubs under 9. 2 unders. I don't really love that now that I say it out loud. Phillies money line. Nats money line against the Braves. Because here's my thinking on this. This is a huge series this weekend with the Phillies and the Mets, right? The Phillies are a half game out, but the Braves are just laying there. They're laying there a game and a half back. Everything that's gone wrong, they're sitting right there, and they're starting to stir a little bit. But every time this team has had a chance to make any movement or noise this year, they have failed. They have lost. So with the Phillies and Mets slugging it out, the Braves could just slide in there. If they were to sweep the Nats, who have gotten rid of a lot of people, they would be in a great situation. I don't think they're going to do it. Nats money line plus 165. And TJ, I don't know why we didn't get this one in. My bad, my fault. Team USA tonight minus 12.5 over France. France beat them earlier in the Olympics, and today on Twitter they're saying like, "Oh, we're going to win. This is going to be a huge win for France." No, Team USA back on their feet. Basketball gold medal game. Team USA minus 12.5 to beat the shit out of France. Go ahead, Ben Mintz.
All right, I am taking John Means at plus 128 in Baltimore. Got Oakland and Houston laying a 1.5. I'm adding the Cincinnati Reds minus a 1.5. You know what, Brandon? You taught me into it. USA, baby.
USA.
Laying the 12.5 in the bounce back spot. Rumors of the USA basketball demise greatly exaggerated.
And Ohio State alum Kyle Snyder wrestling for gold, I believe, tomorrow morning.
I had a question about the Olympics. You know, when we get into college football season, all right, and we get into any of our sports, like Marty, you would never publicly bet against the Yankees, right? You never publicly bet against Duke basketball.
Never.
Would you ever, like in a situation like this, would you, if you thought France was the right play, would you be like France plus 12.5, Team USA gold medal basketball game?
That'd be a tough tweet.
Be a tough tweet.
12.5 is.
Would you make the bet though?
I mean, it's not a bad bet.
Right.
I mean, they lost already. 12.5.
Trust me, when I saw the line 12, I was like, oh.
But Marty, isn't this the classic Marty Mush gambling brain where you say they've already lost to him? 12.5?
Yeah.
It's got to be 12.5.
Yeah, I know. That's why you got to take USA.
Exactly.
There. That is my gambling brain completely.
Yeah.
But
When you see a big number when it should be a little number, you're like
should
always
be
bet the
it should
big
be
number.
8.
I was going to say 5.5 or 6.
Nah, not.
I think
the
8.
talent discrepancy.
I mean, they beat them.
So, but I know, but the talent discrepancy is still so big.
Man, oh man. USA baseball gold medal game against Japan tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. too.
They're playing for the gold medal?
Yeah. Crazy.
USA?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you understand that not a lot of other countries have great baseball talent.
Shout out
Todd
USA
Frazier. doesn't.
Todd Frazier and
Todd
Tyler
Frazier's
Austin.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Scott Casper.
who are they playing?
But nobody's got their
Japan.
major leaguers anyway. Nobody's got their major leaguers.
How'd Puerto Rico do?
Lost.
I
Well,
mean,
obviously,
not
top
lost. Thanks.
Bronze medal match is South Korea versus Dominican Republic.
I didn't even get them.
Who we beat both of them.
My boy Joey Bats.
It's a shame no fans in there in Japan. U.S. gold medal in Japan. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, I miss Joey Bats. I
Do you?
liked seeing him in Puerto Rico. Friend.
He follows everybody.
Let's see if we can get one.
I told you I asked him about that.
Oh, you know what? I haven't taken. Sorry, chat boys. You're not gonna like it. Mark and Philly.
They don't like Mark
You
Philly?
don't like Mark?
No, they don't like that he's risen to the king of the chat boys. They resent him for that. Go ahead, Mark.
What's up, fellas? I am a chat boy myself, so I resent the resentment. But I've been talking football on here because I've taken some time off of baseball gambling after a rough July. But I'm fired up for a baseball weekend because the Phillies are playing their most meaningful baseball in a goddamn decade against the Mets. So I'm in baseball mode today. I'm looking at Rays O's tonight, and it's a lefty showdown with big ass guy John Means on the mound. And even though the total's at 9.5 or 10, where you took it, B-Walk, the first 5 totals at 5.5. I'm slamming under 5.5 in the first 5. Orioles have one of the worst offenses in baseball. 7 of the last 8 Orioles games have went under this total in the first 5 innings. If this loses, I'm going back into retirement in baseball and back to the gambling lab for football. So this is a come out of retirement special here.
Love it. Thank you, Mark, for the call. Yeah, so he's thinking along the same lines as me. I just rarely do first 5s. I don't know why.
I don't really either.
It's just that I don't look at the game and break it down. I should, factor in bullpens. I feel like that made me a sharper gambler.
We talked about that yesterday too. Like I don't do first 5s either because I just need the 9. I need 9
the full game win. Yeah,
I need to.
Well, it's the thought of losing the 5 and then winning the game is what holds me back.
Yeah, like
but
the
then
Giants
at the same time,
yesterday.
the reverse happens.
I do first halves in football, but I don't do the first. I don't know.
Yeah, you're always on first halves in football. You love talking first half.
I like that first half under. Well, no, because the games always start slow and all hell breaks loose in the second half.
Because baseball
That's
sometimes
like a lot of college football games.
You get to the bullpen and it's like
Right.
it changes the game where it's like.
Well, I mean that's happened. How many times to the Yankees this year? I don't think it's happened lately, but
ton.
The bullpen's
At
absolutely
least
blown
7.
it. There's always a team.
Phillies have been real big on that this year.
There's always a team, and the Phillies in the past few years have been this way too. There's always a team that's just good starters, really good lineup, always in position, and bullpen just blows it constantly, just all the time.
So the problem is when you pride yourself when you're a bullpen and they do that.
Yeah.
That was the Yankees. That's why it's an even bigger issue.
All right, so we got. I don't think we got time to get any more calls. They're probably going to take them away from me very soon. Yes.
Happy 72nd birthday to my dad today.
Oh, happy
Big
Mr.
Steve.
Mintz.
Yes.
Big Steve.
Happy birthday, Mr.
Happy
Mintz.
birthday, Big Steve.
72. Looking good too. Looking
72. Good for
Beautiful.
him.
Yep.
Good for him.
Bitcoin's up to 42 grand. Great. Got in at 17.
Penn stock's starting to climb back up a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit.
Oh,
70
yeah.
something now.
Yeah, it was
No.
72 this morning.
The train's coming too.
Oh yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, we're
boys.
just limping to there. It is. Ooh, there it is. Yak is up next. I don't know if Owen and Sass have showed today. I haven't seen him yet.
I think I saw Sass walk by.
Did you? That's the king of New York.
Yep.
I don't know what we're going to do. I might come out there and grab one of you out of the bullpen for the yak. That would be great.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Monday, you know what's happening Monday. Don't make me say it. Tune in.